And hello there, morons. It's Victor. Give me a break, man. Give me a flake, man. The king of the morons and the Godfather Jvlogging here with another Jnews. This is going to be a big one. I told you a couple of weeks ago, or beginning of September, I don't know. In a previous video, I told you I was going to try to do one every day. I haven't been able to do that. But to make up for that today, I did a lot of research on quite a few news stories that I thought were interesting. So we're going to cover quite a few news stories today, and that should make up for all those videos that I did not make. And just to make excuses, I have been sick. I'm getting over cold. Getting over cold. I had last night. I went to the YouTube Nagoya Bonenkai, which I should give you that word. We're learning some Japanese today as we do this. Bonenkai, which means literally the forgetting party. So let me put this over here so you can see this. Ready? This is the kanji for bonenkai. Bonenkai. The first kanji means forget, and it's pronounced this way. Just a minute. Bonenkai. Meeting of, okay, so we got forgetting, year, party, or meeting, right? And that was last night, the Nagoya one, sponsored by YouTube, and that was a lot of fun. And I'm the host, I'm the Nagoya ambassador, so it was my job to go there and make sure everyone had fun. And I got to tell you, they were a little bit, some people bought friends, I think, or something. This is not a complaint, it's not a complaint, but some people brought friends. And you weren't supposed to bring anyone this time. But what happened was, as I'm announcing, here comes the food and stuff, people are getting in line. And to be polite, I'm waiting, I'm holding back, so I didn't even see the first round of food. Like, I don't even know what they served, right? And at the end, when I'm like thanking people, they put out the desserts. I didn't even get a cake. Like, nobody saved me a cake. So I was pretty bummed about that. But not a real big deal, because I'm not a big chocolate fan, and it was chocolate cake. I remember seeing the cake. At least I saw what that was. But anyway, but it was still pretty good. But I told this story to one of my, I don't remember who, someone, and they asked me, are they Japanese? Or was it for nobody saved you a piece of cake? And I'm like, no. Like, are you sure they're Japanese? I'm like, yeah, I'm sure they were Japanese. Everyone was Japanese except for like one foreigner. But not a big deal. Except it was good food, so everyone was like, better get the food. Everyone likes free food, right? There's nothing better than free food. What is that? That's from a movie or something. Oh, that's from Nothing Better Than Free Food comes from Breaking Bad. Yeah, you got to find the quote. Anyway, we're way behind. We're going to have some fun today. We're going to learn a little Japanese, and I got a bunch of stories to tell you. Now, first of all, I want to continue with yesterday's video, which was about the guy who poked his finger in the oden. Remember that? And I realized later I made a mistake. Though even as I was preparing for the lesson, for the video, nobody noticed that mistake. So remember the expression yesterday, tsun tsun means to poke something. And I showed you as you can see on my right here, you can see that it says sugao, and I said that means no makeup, which is true. But the more typical expression for no makeup for women, let me see if I can type this out, is suppin. Does that come out? Suppin. I'm not sure if that's the correct. Better look that up. I like to use tangerine.com because even if you don't know the kanji, you can just type something in suppin. That's correct. So suppin means no makeup, right? And that's what I thought I thought when I said sugao, I thought suppin, but it turns out they do, but it does mean no makeup. But in this case, it also means your real character or personality. So when I said yesterday that sugao mo sarasu, which means exposed, even his real face was exposed, it didn't actually mean his actual physical face, it means his real character, the fact that he's an asshole, that he's the kind of guy that goes to a convenience store and pokes things, okay? So I want to get that correction out of the way. Remember, when I'm making these videos for you, I'm also having to research them in a way that I can explain, I got to know what I'm explaining, and although I've been here a long time and I do speak Japanese fairly fluently, a lot of these words are news words, so I don't necessarily know exactly what they mean. Anyway, another thing I wanted to point out before we get this show started is that the YouTube, there's a YouTube bug going around, and as a result, the fact that I even make one of these videos means I'm dropping in subs. There's a weird thing, and I guess it depends on the person, but you saw the PewDiePie video where he said he lost 600,000 subs. For the last 6 months, since June 1st, my subs have been minus per month, right? Which is bizarre, because if I look in my inbox on my Gmail, it shows I'm gaining subs. It shows I should be growing, but it's not. I'm actually getting smaller. And, you know, I'm the kind of guy who's like, F word, I don't care. I'm just going to make my videos. I'm not going to worry about that stuff. But I got to tell you, it's pretty depressing after a while. So this is yesterday's. This is yesterday before I started making the videos. And this was just a couple months ago. It was at almost 113,000. Now I've lost like 565 subs, right? And now, just now, this is the live as I shoot this video, as you can see right here. It's 112,426. So even the last day, even though I've gained like 20 subs in my inbox, it says I'm actually minus. I'm minus another, what is it, 9. So it's pretty disappointing. So if you are watching this video and you're not subbed yet, please sub. And even tell me you sub so I can. I've told YouTube about this, and they seem to know about it. And they're trying to, I don't know why they can't fix it. You know, I don't know anything about websites like this, but I mean, I mean, you know, what's happening behind the scenes here. Obviously, it's a lot more complicated, and they may not even know what exactly is doing it, what's wrong, but something is happening. And it's funny because they give me a Breakman channel, which I upload about every 2 or 3 weeks. It's fine. It's plus 250 subs for the month, right? But I notice the more I upload there, the subs start going down again. It starts. There's some weird glitch that starts subtracting subs. So anyway, check to see if you're subbed, by the way, while you're watching. Okay, let's get to today's news stories. There's quite a few today. Okay, we're going to cover it's a variety of things. Now, this is what I really want to cover. I really want to cover this. Wow, Kanye and Trump in the same room. That is so much ego. That we should be able to power that. That would be like amazing energy, nuclear power for the whole world. Anyway, I wish I had something as exciting as that to talk about, but I don't, unfortunately. But we do have quite a few YouTube things. Oh yeah, one more glitch to show you in case. See, it says my last video says right here, it says 999 views. But if I show you my, what do you call it? In my analytics here, it says 2,800. So again, way off. It's just not showing up. And it's been stuck like at 600. It's been between 600 and 900 all day today. So it's not showing the true views. YouTube is screwed up. I don't know. It's disappointing. Anyway, let's get to the news stories. Okay, hold on a second. I'm just waiting for this to recharge. The first news story is a fun one, and this is a little bit old, but it hits close to my heart. It's about a 2-year-old girl that disappeared in the mountains on December 5th. She was with her grandfather. They have a field. A lot of Japanese have like these fields. Yeah, they have these fields out in out in the country or something. And this little girl, her name is, what was it, Koyomi? I've got notes for this. I have to look up her name. Names are all tough, even if you know the kanji. It depends on the reading. So some names are easy, but some are pronounced differently. Okay, so her name is, what was it? Is actually Tokonaga? Tokonaga maybe? Tokonaga Koyomi, that's it. And she's 2 years old, and on December 5th, she's out with her grandfather. He was picking some weeds. He turned around for 5 minutes and she's gone. Okay. She disappeared. And apparently they think she fell down like a hill or something. And she's out in the mountains. And she disappeared overnight. And they had like 150 people, 140 people searching for her. And they found her eventually the next day, between 9 and 10 a.m. And she's okay. She was really dirty. So I'm not going to show you too much of this video, but because people get, oh, there we go. But you can see her picture there. She's quite a mess, right? She's all dirty. And it's amazing because, it's cold. It's out in the mountains. It's in Oita. Where is Oita exactly? I'm not sure. Oita-ken is in Japan, and all of Japan is pretty cold right now. By the way, I'm going to Hawaii on December 25th because my 26th, my wife wants to go. She loves Hawaii. Anyway, it's a lot warmer. Guam is actually warmer. A lot of people go to Guam. A lot of Japanese go to Guam this time of year because it's just warm there. This video is all over the place. This is going to be a laundry video, but let's look at where is Oita-ken? We're going to look this up. Let's see. Oita-ken is, oh, Fukuoka. Okay, so it's kind of towards the middle of Japan there. Oh, it's not. Oh, great. That's why she survived. I was really okay. So I'm not so shocked anymore. That's kind of takes away the whole thing. So here's Nagoya. Here's Tokyo to the right. It snowed in Tokyo a couple weeks ago. It's fairly freezing today in Nagoya, and we're in Nagoya. It's like 8 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is Fahrenheit. She's down here. which is fairly warm. So I don't even know what's the temperature. Let me see. Oita temperature. Let's see if we can find that real quick. It'll pop up real quick. 9 degrees. Oh, that's pretty cold. Wow, I am surprised because in Nagoya, it is now 4. So it's not that much warmer. But I guess, so it's still pretty amazing that that little girl survived. Now, who knows what the temperature was on the 5th? But, it's amazing. Anyway, she survived, so great for her. Overnight, there's like wild animals all over the place. So there are wild boars all over Japan, wild boars. And I think a wild boar could easily eat a baby. Let's look at some, well, no. Should we talk about that? Do the vocabulary? I'll save the vocabulary for the end, for those of you who are interested. And it will be in the description. So there's quite a few things we're going to be covering. Let me see what else to cover about that story. Except she went to the hospital. They put her in the hospital just in case. And she was fine, There was nothing wrong with her. She was a little dirty, a little scratched up, right? And it's just a miracle that a girl can survive overnight in the wilderness in Japan and 2 years old. And that's why, those of you who gave all the mom of Harambe so much shit, you turn around for a second, the kids just disappear. And then it happened to me on last Sunday. I'm walking with my son. My wife is walking ahead. He's walking after her. And I'm walking behind and I'm filming, just took my iPhone just to film a little bit, right? My wife goes through the sliding glass door. It closes. He puts his hand on it and it opens because of his weight. And because the glass door is sticky, well, not sticky, but his hand sticks on it and it grabs his hand and puts it between the doors, Luckily, it was pretty loose. And really, I just picked up the phone. I was filming for literally, I could show you the video. It's like 5 seconds. And already he could have broken his arm. Yeah, you can easily say, well, Victor, you shouldn't have been filming. You should have been right there guarding him, but probably the same thing would have been happening, I mean, you leave him alone for a second, you think everything's fine, but I guess, looking back, I probably could have prevented that, but well, live and learn. Okay, anyway, he was fine, no problem. I quickly pushed him away from the door, and he was fine. So that's the first news story. And again, at the end of the lesson, we will talk about vocabulary. Oh my God, so much to do. Okay, the next thing is casino gambling is going to be legal in Japan, which I'm completely against. I love casinos, but no, I think it's a mistake. But they're going to legalize it. But it's not. Casinos will not come to Japan until 2022, about, they think. And they say that it's going to make a lot of people start bidding for contracts and stuff. And even if they open up only 3 casinos in Japan, it could bring in $10 billion a year. So a little, I'll teach you that. I got some casino language at the end there. Just big news though, because they've been debating this for like 10 years already, and they finally did it. Okay. The next news story is about Vladimir Putin and Abe are going to be meeting, and they're going to try to finally formally end the war between Japan and Russia. I guess there was no real formal peace declaration or whatever. And one thing that's a really big deal between those two is the Kurile Islands, the Kurile Island dispute, which is in the north of Hokkaido. There's a string of islands. There's like 4 big ones, and those are called the Kurile Islands in English, but in Japanese they call them the here, I'll give that to you right now. Shishima Retto. Chi is 1,000. Shima, of course, is island. Shishima Retto. And I always used to think, like, who cares? They're just freezing. Nobody wants those islands. They're way up there, and it's in the freezing cold. But apparently, those islands have gold and silver and something called rhenium, which is like the real adamantium kind of stuff. It's like one of the most rarest metals. It's used to build like aircraft engines and stuff. It's really, really hard. And it's like $85 for 1 troy ounce. Gold, by the way, is like $1,000 or more. So, but to give you an idea, pretty damn expensive. And there's a lot of it on that island. It's got that material. It's like got the 3rd highest melting temperature. Anyway, it's pretty cool stuff, and I got some links in the description to check it out, because you learn a lot by researching shit like this. It's pretty interesting. So anyway, they got like 1,000 pounds of gold on the island, 1,000 tons of gold, and 10,000 tons of silver. You better look that up, but I do have links for you here, and you can check it out, right? Let me see, what is it? 10,000 tons of silver, 2,000 tons of gold, 10,000 tons of silver. And Japan would really love that, because Japan has nothing. They don't have anything. They have oil, and they also have oil and gas. And Japan does nothing on Japan except people. and good ideas and anime and stuff like that. So Japan's got a lot of soft intellectual resources, you know, like culture they I shouldn't say they. I'm an American. They export. Now, Putin and Abe met in May, and they were supposed to solve everything in May, but they didn't solve anything. So they're going to try again this time, put it behind them, and they said, and finally get rid of this ridiculous, what is it, archaic relationship they have, because they're formally still at war. I think. Better check that out. But anyway, interesting stuff, and the Japanese lesson, of course, at the end is how to say those islands in Japanese, which is good to know. Let's see, we don't need that. What other thing is happening? Yes, Shinzo Abe is also going to become the first Japanese leader to visit Pearl Harbor. And that's something pretty cool. How do you say Pearl Harbor in Japanese? It's Shinju. Shinju is, of course, Pearl, and one is Bay, so it's actually Pearl Bay, Pearl Harbor. It's the same thing, right? Shinjuan. And they say that it's going to, I think it's like the 75th anniversary since the secret Americans didn't know that Japan was going to bomb Pearl Harbor. It's been 75 years since then. And they say that Abe is doing it as a kind of thank you because Obama came to Hiroshima, as you probably know, this year for the first time. It's the first time a sitting president has ever visited Hiroshima. So it's good. It's good news. I'll be, of course, in Honolulu or there soon, so maybe I'll go there. It's going to happen at the end of December, so there's a slight chance I'll be there at the same time, which would be really cool, but we'll see what happens. Let me see what else is happening. Another kind of cool thing, because of the 2020 Olympics coming, they've decided to change the stop signs, to put English on the stop signs, which I thought was kind of unnecessary, but you never know, right? Tomare. I got a traffic ticket the other day, $156, so I'll probably put that video up soon. I got to put some subtitles on there because I had a conversation with the cops there. Is that pretty much it? Wow, I can't believe I finished all that. That's a lot of research went into that. Let's go to the vocabulary real quick, okay? And it'll be in the description. So, and for those of you who are watching, please, if you watch this far and you got something out of it, please thumb up the video. And I don't know, it doesn't matter. No, you know what? Screw it. I don't care about the thumbs. But share the video. That would be a lot better. And subscribe, please, because, whatever. It helps. I know that helps. And watch the video. Watch the video to the end. Okay, so here's some vocabulary that we're going to pick up now. Just a minute here. Okay, so we talked about that already. Let's see. We're going to go through the vocabulary list, which I made here. Buji. Buji means buji. Buji means safe. Safety? Yeah, safety. And buji ni would be safely. Buji ni. Hakken is finding or found. So hakken sareta would be found. Found. Kara is from. This was a weird one for me. I actually had to look this up because check this out. Okay, ready? I'm going to highlight in blue. Okay. So this is ichi, which means one night. And this is yoake, right? Which means dawn or daybreak. But when you put ichi and yoake together, you change the pronunciation to ichi yaake. Ichi, it sounds like some American Indian word, ichi yaake. Ichi yaake. And that's overnight. So this young girl was lost overnight. Okay. Genki ni, she was found, and she was, oh, I'm sorry, sukkari. Sukkari is completely, I didn't put that in. Sukkari, I think that's completely. Better check that out. You better check that out. Check it out later and put it in the description. I'm pretty sure it's completely. Well, let's just check it out, right? Why not? I got you here anyway, and you guys are interested in learning. Everyone else who's not interested, completely, thoroughly, yes! Victory. Okay. And then we have a genkini in a healthy way. She was 2 years old, which means nisai. Nisai. She's a joji. I didn't know this word, though. I mean, I recognize the kanji. I just I would always say just onanoko or something. But joji is a formal word to say baby girl, right? Tain suru, of course, tain is discharged from the hospital. Remember, nyuin suru, we learned that before, go into the hospital. Nyuin suru, tain suru. In this case, tain sareta, she was discharged, probably passive tense, ukemike. Hogo sareta, she was protected. The no is the apostrophe S. Onanoko is girl. Ga is the subject marker. Tain shimashita, we talked about that. She was discharged. Her name is Tokunaga, I think, Kyomi. And just a minute. And I gotta tell my student 5 minutes. Itsuka is the 5th. There was a guy in his comments, I think he's from Jamaica. He's like, how do you say that? And it's Itsuka. It's, the first is Tsuitachi, Futsuka, Mika, Yoka, Itsuka. And there's more, but we'll just go to Itsuka. This happened in Oita-ken, or Oita Prefecture, in the city called Saikishi. And even if you know the kanji, the pronunciation may be differently, so you really have to look those up. Shinzaku, they had the family, the kid's family was looking for him. Shinzaku, his relatives. And something you always see when this kind of story happens is yuku efume, which is missing, yuku efume. And that's special pronunciation. Those kanji you wouldn't normally pronounce that way. Okay, how do you say the Kurile Islands in Japanese? That's an important word to know. You can just say this Chishima if you want. But the string of islands is called Chishima Retto. Chishima Retto. When it comes to gambling, there's a few words. The formal word that I learned in my Japanese class many, many years ago is tobaku. But nobody really uses that. But to bet something, you say kakeru. And you'll use that, kakeru. But actually, we just use the word gyamburu. Gyamburu, which means gambling, right? Pearl Harbor in Japanese is shin, which is truth. Ju, I think ju means a ball. I have to look that up. But anyway, don't worry about it. Shinju together means pearl. And Shinjuan is Pearl Harbor. That's your lesson. I can't believe I finished it in 21 minutes, considering I covered a bunch of stories today. I think that's pretty good. There are a lot of links in the description, so please check those out if you're interested in this story, in these stories today. Thanks for watching. Thanks always for your support. I try to give you some real content here, not just eating a bag of chips. But I gotta show you this. This is really cool. This is Kyoto Yatsuhashi chocolate, which is chocolate inside of some mochi, and it's really good. I'm gonna show you one. All of this has nothing. I should do a proper video on this. Check it out. You've probably seen this before, but inside is chocolate, and it's really soft and gooey and so delicious. I don't even like chocolate, but that tastes really good. Check it out. They didn't sponsor the show, just one of my students bought it to me. Oh, no. You know who bought that to me? Kuwata from Osaka. I met him last time, and we went to the YouTube thing. Okay, that's all I got for you tonight. Sorry for eating food with my mouth full. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your support always. Talk to you guys soon. Where are we going now? Where are we going? Gakko. Going to school. Yep, there's a Shinkansen up there. There's a Shinkansen up there. Any Shinkansens? No? No Shinkansens, no? No, no Shinkansens, no. Why are you smiling? Why are you smiling? Why are you smiling? Say Ohayo gozaimasu. Ohayo.
Ohayo.
Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.